sure to get to all of this. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay, so the tip and trick today is going to be about educating yourself and making sure that you stay on the cutting edge of what's happening in the travel space. So the example today is going to be based on VAX Vacation Access. You're going to log in and click on Education on the Education tab. If you are a new advisor and you haven't done this yet, you come here and you click on New Advisor Education. Now, this information is really, really important to give you a solid foundation, not only in VAX, but in booking. So make sure that you come back here, you watch this video, you take notes, they welcome you properly, and then you're going to click around to see what you can see. Again, take notes. This information is so important. They welcome you to VAX. They go over booking 101. Now, what I personally always think that is super cute, that people who book for themselves for years, they log in to the vendor for the first time and they go totally blank and they forget, I've been booking for years. This is a vendor. All I have to do is do what I've been doing. But VAX understands that. So they give you booking 101. So make sure that you click there and you take notes as you watch the video. You're going to watch all of these videos. And again, you're going to take notes. This is your solid foundation in learning how to use VAX and how to become a solid travel agent. Once you've done that, and you don't have to do all of this in one day. Remember, you're going to pace yourself, but you should be touching something with travel every day, even if it's only for 10 to 15 minutes. If you want to be a top income earner selling travel, you have to learn the tricks of the trade first, right? So you're going to go back under the Education tab, and you're going to click on VAX Training and Education. Now, this specifically teaches you how to use VAX. There are agents that have questions daily about, how do I book my clients? One is in Texas and one is coming from Michigan. Well, under this training, they will show you how to book clients from different origins where you can actually click and do it yourself. Now, of course, you can always call a vendor to get that done, but how to use VAX, they go over it. So they will show you how to use their tools inside VAX. They go over how to manage a reservation, how to do a booking, learn right on VAX. They teach you how to market. They literally go over everything. How to minimize fraud risk. That's really important. Taina did, our success coach and silver consultant, Taina did a training on fraud. I believe it was 2 weeks ago, and it was amazing. Site manager resources, that's going to be for our host agency, how to manage the money and to engage with your clients. All of that is here. How to send a sales email, how to add your actual logo. They go over all of this information here. How to cancel a reservation. No, you do not have to wait on hold to cancel a reservation. They show you how to do it yourself. All right. So make sure that you click back here to learn how to use VAX specifically. Again, you don't have to do all of this in one day, but you should be touching something with travel every single day. So you're going to go back under the Education tab, and you're going to click on Supplier Training and Education. Now, this is going to be helpful because it's going to teach you how to use this particular platform to do different things. So that first training you see, it says how to re-engage your past clients with travel insurance. They go over that because your clients shouldn't be a one and done. Okay. They go over how to prepare for a travel career, specialization, finding your niche. How many times have you guys heard that question asked? How do I find my niche? They go over that. Fall events at Charisma Hotels and Resorts. So you could take the information that you learned on the walkthrough Wednesday on the specific vendors that we go over, and you can come right back here and learn more about those specific vendors. They have live webinars and they also have on-demand webinars, so you can watch the recording for them. It's many of them here. The Hilton all-inclusive properties. They have information about that. Exotica, we just went over Exotica maybe 2 weeks ago for the walkthrough Wednesday. So you can take that information and capitalize on what you learned during the walkthrough and learn more about those specific vendors. All of that information is right here inside Vax Vacation Access under the Education tab. So I'm hoping you guys found that helpful, and I'm hoping even more that you really use this information to become a better travel consultant. All right, so that's my tip or trick for today. I'm going to turn you over into the capable hands of our Silver Consulting Success Coach, Mrs. Shana Kelley. She has over 30 years of travel experience in the travel industry of booking and curating awesome trips and vacations for her clients. She is a top commission earner and very, very stable in booking. She's churning out these big bookings every single month. So if you're not following her on social media, you're not connected to her, you're missing out. Make sure that you do get connected. I hope that you have something to write on and something to write with so that you can take copious notes, because the training that she is going to go over today is not only helpful right now because it's something that's happening in our country right now, but it's also information that you can use when natural disasters happen across the world as you are developing as a travel consultant. So Shana, are you ready to teach us something today?
I am. Thank you so much for your beautiful introduction. You always have a way with the words and making me blush. Can you
You're
hear me?
welcome, Pinky. I can hear you well. Go ahead and do your thing.
Okay, wonderful. Thanks everyone for showing up today. We really appreciate you coming in and showing up for your business. In the light of some of the trainings I've done in the past, and especially the one I did last time, which was all on Hawaii. I am super excited to help you all understand what's going on over there. As you heard, I am Shana. I've been with the company going on, tomorrow's my anniversary here, 3 years.
Happy Evo anniversary.
Thank you. I'm like, wait a minute, I think it's right now. So I've been 3 years with the company. As Nina said, I have 30 years experience, which seems crazy to me since I'm only 29 and all. But I've have a degree with travel and tourism, and I used to work for a wholesale tour operator for Hawaii, and that was our primary destination, and I was a specialist in Hawaii for many years. So that's kind of why hits to my heart and to everything, and why I'm excited for training on this. I am located in Arizona. If anybody's in Arizona, hello neighbor. So I'm at the very sunny today, Miss Nina. We're definitely in the sun. Enough being said, I do talk with my hands a lot, so I am going to stop my video here and I'm going to move on. We are talking about the island of Maui and how we can return to it. So the returning of the island of Maui. Now, as Nina was stating before, education is huge. I am excited for all of the education that is out there for you. If you don't know, please go to agents.gohawaii.com. It is the best place to learn. You also get invited to amazing FAMs that they have, as well as the tourist board comes over and they will invite you to these very privately hosted events that they have with amazing prizes and information and food. Boy, the food is amazing. So I am going to stop this share for a minute because I want to go to Hawaii, just kind of to give a rundown on this island. Bear with me for 1 second as I reshare to a different location. And just know that all of this information is so easy to find once you go on Go Hawaii. Okay, perfect. So I wanted to show you kind of the regions, and this is Go Hawaii. It does have some travel updates. A lot of my information did come from this, this amazing website and information here. You could go to planning. They have islands and the experiences and some of the cultures. But what I wanted to show you is the regions of Maui. Now, West Maui right here specifically is Lahaina, and that is what burned. And we're going to talk a little bit about that in a moment, but I kind of wanted to show you some of the different areas that we could focus on for our clients who are worried about returning to Maui. We have a lot of different reasons to not worry as much as we need to. We just can't send them into Lahaina. So the central Maui area is Kahului. Kahului is OGG. OGG is where the main airport is. And there's a lot of attractions there, Waigaluku, and a lot of different interesting, amazing things. So Central Maui is beautiful. South Maui is where you're going to find a lot of your luxury resorts. Also the town of Kihei, Makena, and Wailea. And there are amazing golf courses still there. Although some of the most famous golf courses you'll see are up in West Maui, you have another amazing South Maui ones as there as well. Upcountry Maui, this is where you're going to find some of the quaint places that you could do with the peak of Haleakala. And that is one of these of 6 active volcanoes in Hawaii. So just know there is an active volcano there still too. And then we have East Maui. East Maui are going to have the Hana area, road to Hana, and that has definitely hairpin turns that you're going to see if you go to there. That gives you just kind of an overview of some of the locations that you can go to on the island of Maui. Okay, I'm going to go back to my main presentation here. Bear with me for 1 second. There we go. Okay. Perfect. Let me take down these couple things. I think that we're sharing okay. Okay. Okay, so let me go ahead and dive back into, again, gohawaii.com. I am going to share a, bear with me for 1 second, I have to make one adjustment. I am going to share a video that you will find on this particular, on Go Hawaii, but I want to show it to you because I think that it gives you kind of an island feel of what to expect when you're going to Maui. Bear with me for 1 second.
Every space has an energy, every space has a spirit that presides over that space, and it's important for us to ask permission to enter. The forest is not only plants and what's growing, but the forest is your kupuna. The forest is your ancestor. There's this connection. You know, it's not just a leaf, it's a part of a story. Being a hula dancer is trying to uphold that type of intimate relationship with this forest. If the forest is healthy and the forest is alive, then we are healthy and we are alive. When we do the hula with the liaison, it's consecrating those leaves and those ferns and those flowers you put on your body. The performance is not the end. The performance is part of the cycle of life. We emulate that through the stories that we tell. During our first
Okay, so you might be wondering why there we go. Why we went here and why I wanted to show this. If you have watched this before, or if you see these things, just understand this is the feeling that you get when you're in Maui. Maui is very rooted in all things Hawaii. And that is the spirit that they have there. We want you to know that in Maui, they are very oriented about all of their community. And so that makes the happenings of last month very difficult for this island. So we're going to go ahead and talk about some of the things that happened and what we do know. Just know that this is for there's a lot of conspiracies out there. I took it and I did the facts of what we do know. There we go. So the wildfires on Hawaii's Maui Island and Big Island, they killed dozens of people. We have no idea really what the total outcome and the damage fully is going to be yet. So one of the questions that I know that after thousands of people were forced to, like both residents and tourists, they had to evacuate, devastated a very historic resort city of Lahaina. The key questions about that disaster, this is what I had found to be the most important. How did the fire start? So the causes of fires, which started on the Tuesday night, have not yet been fully determined. However, the National Weather Service had issued warnings for the Hawaiian Islands, and that was for all the high winds and dry weather that they were having. Conditions were definitely ripe for wildfires, which they did cancel late Wednesday, but the fires did get reactivated a few times because of that. Nearly 85% of all US wildfires are caused by humans. So, and that's according to the US Forest Service. Natural causes including lightning and volcanic activity. Like on the Hawaiian Islands, we have those 6 active volcanoes and that one on Maui that you can still go to. Being active doesn't mean that it has to be lava flowing. It just means that it can become lava flowing. The record-setting heat of this summer has contributed to the unusual severe wildfires all over the world, including in Europe and Western Canada. And so some are saying that the scientists are saying that climate change has driven, that is driven by fossil fuel use, has led to more frequent and more powerful extreme weather events. And that's kind of what Hawaii has been trying to combat all this time. And so that's why this is super important. So what was driving the Hawaii wildfires? That was our good friend Hurricane Dora. Now that came through, and hundreds of miles of the southwest of Hawaiian Islands in the Pacific Ocean is where it was located. And it fanned those and fueled the flames. And that is really what was fueling and driving that fire for sure. So in addition to Dora, the low pressure system just to the west and near Japan was also contributing to the winds. And so that vegetation that was dry, huge contributing factor. So where were the fires? There was more than just Lahaina that was on fire. The fires caused widespread, of course, into Lahaina. There's about 13,000 people who call that home there. And that's northwest of Maui, which is on the top. If you look at the Hawaiian Islands here, on the top left of the island of Maui. So it draws about 2 million tourists a year to the island of Maui. So fires also burned around Kihei, and I'll show you a little bit of Kihei, and that's just down in South Maui, and it destroys a part of Kulu'a, which is a residential area in the mountainous center of the island. So there was parts of the Big Island that was also on fire, and 271 structures were destroyed or damaged. And the, let's see, that's about all of that. Now you might wonder, why did it burn so much, so hot and so fast? There is more fuel for fires to burn on Maui because of the invasive grasses and shrubs that have been replaced they've replaced all the native vegetation. So that's why they're so very strongly against bringing in any unnative vegetation. It's very huge for all Hawaii to make sure of that. I don't want to dwell on all of this, but I just wanted to give you some knowledge of everything. This shows you the images from satellite. Of course, it's not in the last 24 hours or 7 days. This data was taken on the 11th of August, and it shows you on Maui and on Hawaii where some of these fires were. You could see in the middle of the state, or of the island, that there is some definite fires going on there. So that being said, this gives you an idea where a lot of your resorts are. So you could see in the middle of the island here, the Kahului Airport. That is the main OGG airport. There is a Kapalua airport, but it's not generally frequented by all of our travelers here. The hotels up in Kapalua and Napili were temporarily closed and not accepting reservations. They have since opened up, even in Kaanapali, to open up reservations. The impacted by wildfires really is Lahaina. That's really where it was fully impacted. So it gives you an idea of where everything is. Kihei, Wailea, Makena, Pa'i'o, Maka'au. I know they're very strange names, and Hana. Those are all ones that we are going to go through today of where you could send your clients, because it doesn't always have to be the Kapalua, Napili, Kaanapali, and Lahaina area. So why return to Maui? What do the locals say? This is one of the most important things to me, is that I could listen day in and day out about what any kind of tourist board says, but I want to see what the actual locals say. So I did a deep dive to find out. So Maui really is dependent on its visitors. In 2022, 2.7 million people visited the island and spent $5.82 billion. Now, the aftermath of the wildfires, tourism, as you could assume, took a huge hit. In West Maui, recent wildfires resulted in devastating losses of not only loved ones and homes, cultural and historical sites, but businesses in Lahaina. And with that came a lot of jobs. A lot of people have been losing their jobs. After losing everything else, they lose their jobs. Their only way to rebuild. To conserve resources and out of respect for residents, access is very restricted to West Maui at that time. And that included Lahaina, the Napili area, Kaanapali, and Kapalua. Lahaina now is the fully restricted. So they are encountering clients that want to visit other parts of Maui, which is wonderful. That's Kahului, Kihei, Wailea, Makena, Aya, and Makawao, and Hana, and all the other islands, which are welcoming visitors and residents there as well. And that helps them keep them employed, economically alive, if you will. So you might wonder, out of all the Hawaii Islands, why am I going to send my people to Maui? Well, Maui is known as the Valley Isle. It is dotted with quaint towns, lots of artistic communities, and favorites, local favorites that have been around for generations. So you could head to Waikaluu for pastries from a mom and pop bakery, or head to Wailea for a taste of Maui's famed farm-to-table cuisine. From shimmering beaches in sacred Iowa Valley to the migrating humpback whales and sunset at Haleakala. It is not surprising Maui is voted the best island by readers of Condé Nast Traveler for 19 years. It's definitely one of my favorite islands. I hate to say my favorite, but it's darn near there. It has a special place for sure. So now we're going to go on to where can we go and how can we support this amazing island. We do not want to see the locals fail. We don't want to see any of this island go to waste. Kahului, now this is where your airport is. This is the same area that it's at. So it doesn't just house the island's main airport, it's also a cultural hub. The Maui Arts and Cultural Center is located right there in Kahului. They have live music performances, films. The center will also host a series of benefit concerts, which are so amazing to have a concert in the island of Hawaii. Events to support the victims of the wildfires are happening now, both in September and October. And that is also found on the local website there, the official website of the Maui Arts and Cultural Center. You can also find lots of crafts and local artisans and souvenirs, knickknacks. There's a Maui swap meet, which flea markets on Saturdays, amazing to go to. And you could find all that information just by Googling all of that. So Kahului is definitely a place that you want to go to. And a lot of people will say, well, where do I stay? I only know these other areas because Kahului is not as popular. So Maui Beach Hotel is right there, and it's a 3-star hotel. And look at this beach, y'all. It's not maybe as big as we see on the Kana'apali side, but it is a beautiful beach. There is a big stretch there. This Maui Beach Hotel, it has about an average of $330 per night. So it's very budget friendly for most folks. It can go down into your 200s. You just kind of have to check it out. So you enjoy the beauty of Maui without the crowds. So this is just a little bit more laid back, a little bit more local kind of convenience there on the shores of Kahului Bay. And it's just 5 minutes from the airport. So if you want somebody that is right there and they just want to get to the airport or even take a taxi to the airport, Maui Beach Hotel, it spreads over the grounds over there, and it has spacious accommodations. Look at this room. It is very large and beautiful. It has amenities. Local hospitality there is there to ensure your comfort. It has a central location. It makes for the best starting point for all kinds of island stay, especially if you're going to try to respect the Lahaina area. You could still go over to Kapalua and to all the other places, but you don't have to stay right in there if you would prefer to have a little bit more of a mellow, not as local, or excuse me, not as busy area. So this is a good place to keep in mind no matter what for Kahului. It does have a wedding venue part here in this area as well. So they are definitely there waiting to welcome you in. The other one that I really love is Maui Seaside. It is just like this eclectic little place. It looks like somebody, it looks like a cross between California and Hawaii to me, to be honest with you. It is another 3-star. It averages between $250 and $300 per night. So again, very budget friendly for your traveler. And it is just right in the base of the paradise right there. So there is Hu'uka Beach, and there is Iowa Valley State Monument, which is right there. Maui Nui Golf Club is in the area. It is harborfront, so you're right in the Kahului harbor there, and you are going to find amazing there. It's a prime location on the Kahului Bay, to be honest with you. So it is right close to anything, and it's on the way to the road to Hana. So let's talk about a couple of the places that we could go to in the area. Waialuku, thank you, in central Maui features the Iowa Valley State Park and is famous for the Needle Landmark, which is right here in the middle here. Very beautiful to go to. There's a lot of different excursions that you could take to them. And it is a historic battlefield and burial ground for Hawaiian chiefs. So the highlight of the 4,000-acre park is the Needle. It's a 1,200-foot rock overlooking the valley. So it's really beautiful, and it's definitely historic. Again, this whole island is seeped with history and with culture. One of my favorite places to go here is in Kihei. Southwest Maui is Kihei. Maluka Beach is also known as Turtle Town, and that has a lot of sea turtles in it. It's amazing to go to. It offers opportunities for snorkeling and to get these are the green Hawaiian green sea turtles, and it's not as crowded as some of the other areas, and especially when you go to Oahu, there is a lot of that. So tourists should definitely respect the wildlife there. Remain 10 feet away from turtles at all times. You do not want to get up close and personal with one unless they come to you. And keep your fingers away from their mouths. Here is one of the excursions we can take you to, which is a nighttime snorkel in Turtle Town, and that's $149 per person. Just giving you some different ideas of where to go and where to stay. So in Kihei, Kihei and that south area, there's a lot of 4- and 5-star resorts. Now these 4- and 5-star resorts are amazing. The Wailea Beach Resort also has another part, which is villas, and these villas are oceanfront. They're not beachfront because Kihei, in the area that the Wailea is, does not have a ton of beach space. It has a lot of oceanfront space. There's a difference. Make sure you definitely look at that. Now, this 4-star resort is also very family friendly. They have a lot and a ton of activities there to do. They teach you snorkel right into the pool. It is beautiful. It starts at $792 a night. You can immerse yourself in the scenic luxury of the Wailea Beach Resort, and that's a Marriott property. So we can definitely check and see if there's some Marriott fam rates on there. A stunning travel destination, just steps from the ocean. You experience stylish comfort along the water's edge and beautifully appointed family-friendly resort accommodations with ocean-inspired decor, mini refrigerators, plush bedding, and high-speed Wi-Fi. Those villas have fully equipped kitchens, by the way. Elevate your experience with luxury amenities like modern fitness center, championship level golf courses, tranquil spa. They say to ignite your senses during your Maui vacation by sampling our diverse dining options. And I'm telling you what, these dining options are fabulous. They do have a vibrant luau show that I suggest to check out. And if you're staying there, you get even a better deal at that. They do have private floating cabanas, which you see aside over here on the right-hand side of this. They have refreshing sparkling waters. There's 5 resort pools, and it has the longest hotel water slide in all of Hawaii. So Wailea Beach is really nearby, and you can spend an evening on there or go onto your balcony and or oversized lanai and show and watch all of the humpback whales out there, which is very famous to watch out of Maui. Okay, another 5-star is the Four Seasons Wailea. One of my most favorite ones. When I was working for the wholesale tour operator, I was lucky enough to not only get to do a fam here, but also be hosted by the resort for food and for other different activities, so which is awesome. So this is one of the most well-known places for luxury vacations, and it averages minimum of $1,800 per night. It's again the ultimate luxury resort. You basically are celebrating the wonders of Maui with an open air beach resort. And if you haven't been to an open air beach resort, I suggest trying to get a time to go in here, at least go to their buffet that they have in the mornings, and you'll be able to go kind of walk around. They do pamper you there. You could smell the plumeria as you go into the adult only infinity pool there. You could set out to explore the island, which is it's a great location to explore the island. I love staying into the Wailea, Makana, and Kihei area. The Four Seasons was one of the season 1 of the White Lotus was filmed there at the Four Seasons Resort. It's donating a portion of the cost of some of the room packages to the Community Relief Fund as well. So that encourages guests to donate to a fund and support hotel employees who were impacted by the wildfires, which I love that that's what they're doing. A lot of the resorts are doing that on the island. This is just one of them that at $1,800 a night, they're going to be giving quite a bit. They do have 5 beaches all around, and there's golf courses and high-end shopping at the Shops of Wailea. If you haven't been to the Shops of Wailea at Maui, you need to go there for sure. Right down the road from is McKenna Big Beach in South Maui, and that stretches for 2/3 of a mile along the coast. Now, a couple different things are available to do here besides sending your clients to one of the most beautiful beaches that they can sun on. But one of the things I like is the mermaid ocean swimming lesson, which is amazing. And that's $149 per person. They have that both daytime and for children and for adults as well. And I think that it is one of the most beautiful ones that you could go to for sure. Now, another location that we could take is Makawao. Makawao is located in the East Maui. It's known for its community of artisans, Hawaiian cowboys, and they have the rodeo. It's Makawao Rodeo, and that's July 4th, and it is one of the Paniolo competitions, which is a cowboy. That's what that means. It takes place in Makawao every year. And the town has various galleries and artist studios. The Hui No'o is a visual arts center there, and they recognize the power of the arts and its healing for mental health. And so it's really important. For this reason, the Hui is open and offering regularly scheduled classes. They're hoping to provide a positive, healthy respite for all those who need the support. So I love that about this little town. And you're going to find in each of these towns that I talk about these amazing little nuggets and areas that you could go into and you're able to really experience. Now, from this location, you could also go to Haleakala. Haleakala is one of the best places to see the sunset. There is nothing like it, y'all. You got to go do this one time. It has to be on your bucket list. For sure. So you could experience the sunset atop of the Haleakala. You could also do a ride down from the sunrise, and that is very popular to do, is a sunrise. So at $197 per person, it is a 7-hour tour that they do, and they go through a lot of different places and a lot of different things on the island. So it is a wonderful tour to look at. And look at those colors. That's what a lot of Arizona sunsets look like. So that brings me back to home when I'm in Maui. One of the things that you might have heard about is the 52-mile road to Hana in East Maui. Now, that is a tourist attraction in of itself. That takes quite a long time to do. So just know that you're in it for the day. That is a lot of waterfalls, scenic views, and a lot of hairpin turns. So if you get car sick, be the driver for sure. I had to be the driver when I was even 16 when I was there. I couldn't handle being in the back seat. Otherwise, there are tours to do, and that is definitely something that we suggest for everybody. After completing the drive to Hana, tourists can visit Hawaii's largest temple at Kahanu'u Garden, which is one of 5 gardens that make up Hawaii's national tropical botanical gardens. There is a, man, I don't want to ruin this. It's Wai'anapa State Park. Hopefully I didn't murder it. And all of those places are definitely still, anytime that we see them, they are putting all of their efforts towards the repair and rejuvenation of Lahaina and all of its residents. Small group tours to Hana, $249 per person, worth every penny. If you're to do one thing in Maui, you need to do this. The road to Hana is quintessential Maui. Now, one of the places that you can do is go to the Hana Resort. Look at this resort. It is stunning. It starts around $475 depending on the time of year and everything, but that's about an average. So it's a 1 to 2 night stay is what I would suggest. It's wonderful for your clients who are celebrating a honeymoon or anniversary to stay at the end of this. the windy road and everything. So it's surrounded by 70 acres of lush tropical gardens, and it is a Hyatt residence. So it is part of the Hyatt properties. They offer spa, they have wellness classes, and tons of local activities. They show you how to make leis. They have outdoor adventure activities like horseback riding. So this is really gives you the vibe for kind of having a mellow time, but also having just a really culturally influenced vacation here in Maui. The suites, they have fully equipped kitchens with a TV, cable channels, and living room. I do suggest before you send your clients over here, while they are in the Kapalua area, they can, or excuse me, the Kahalui, sorry, over by the airport. That is where you find some of the best grocery stores. And there also is a Costco there that they could load up and bring over to this way and get some stuff. But the local grocery stores have amazing deli counters and deli food and other things like that that they can go to. They do have a massages, body treatments, facials, outdoor pool, hot tub. You saw the hot tub appear on the top right picture. That is right on the deck of the lanai there. So amazing. They could do stand-up paddleboarding, bamboo pole fishing, Hawaiian net throwing, bicycle rides, and the state park is only 6-minute drive away. So it's not very far. It's probably 1 mile, but 6 minutes. So Paia is on Maui's North Shore. It's known as the windsurfing capital of the world. The largest waves at Ho'ukapa Beach attract windsurfers and kite surfers from around the world. So for less inclined towards the water sports, Paia is also featured on several Buddhist places of worship, including the Maui Dharma Center and Paia. There's another center, but I can't say the name, which hold an auction to raise money there for the wildfire relief effort. Hu'ukapa Beach Park is one of the top spots for ocean sports and recreation in Maui, or excuse me, recreation in Maui. Located mile 9 of the Hana Highway, so it's on the way to Hana. This breathtaking white sand beach boasts some of the best waves on Maui's coastline. It's a mecca for surfers of all ages, and that's been since the 1930s. So it's a home of contemporary surfing. The beach is among Maui's most popular sites for events, and both large and small. The Aloha Classic and Red Bull surfing competition, that's most likely always going to be here. And that's the Maui Sports Foundation that sponsors those events each year. And where to stay? Well, this cute little quaint place there is an average of $3.99 per night. It's located on Maui's North Shore. It's a boutique property right into Paia town, and that offers access to 3 miles of the white sand beaches, relaxing amenities. It has convenient access to a lot of activities. They do have like everything you need, the free Wi-Fi, iPod docking station, 42-inch flat screen TV, Apple TV, everything that you need there. There is even premium thread count sheets. I don't know about you, but having a thread count that is high when I'm on vacation always makes me happy. Well-stocked mini bar, bamboo hardwood floors, all on this area. There is ensuite tiled bathroom, and that has upscale bath properties and everything. So at $3.99, you're kind of getting the best of both worlds here. They do offer you also, besides walking distance of shops and restaurants, you're going to be available to go to beach with beach towels and chairs and boogie boards and snorkel gear. That's all provided here. So your guests won't have to worry about anything. And they're not going to miss having to go over to some of the other areas that we need to respectfully not be near right now. So couples in this location, they really love this. And Lahaina is 45 minutes drive from this inn. So they could book different restaurants at the sushi bar there at the inn, and it is amazing. It is rated one of the highest in the award winning for best new restaurant. So there's also zip lining tours, luau's, massages, other activities right there on property. and your concierge is right there. Now, I gave you a lot of places to go to. I gave you a lot of places to do, right? You guys know where to go besides where we had seen. And I don't know if Miss Nina was able to make it back on. I will invite one of my other travel partners to come on with me, if not. And so we can answer any questions. I'm happy to answer questions for you. Bear with me anyway. I try to get my video back up. I'm not sure if anybody has any questions yet. There we go. But
I don't see any in the chat.
Hi, Mo. How are you, sweetheart?
Hey.
Mo's always willing to be my partner in crime here anytime I need any help. Has anybody been to Maui? I see Tanya saying no. Do you want to go to Maui now? Yeah. If you've been to Maui, shout it out there. Daphne, you've had to been to Maui, haven't you? Come on, sis. Nobody? Oh my gosh, you all. Oh, is everybody from the East Coast? Anybody from the West Coast? Go ahead, don't be shy, put it in there. East Coast. Roz is from the East Coast. Most everybody's from, I know that Lori is, I know that Mo is. Oklahoma City, definitely from the East Coast. So if you're coming from the East Coast, here's my personal suggestion. And this comes from a West Coaster and a Northern person because I'm from Alaska. But I grew up in the Pacific Northwest as well as Alaska. East Coast. Yeah, I figured I'm looking at everybody and I think everybody's from the East Coast. The best way to send your clients here is to do a day or 2 in San Francisco. San Francisco has amazing non-stop flights. LA, put them in LA for a couple days. Put them in LA. It then breaks up to 5.5 hours from the East Coast to 5.5 hours to Oahu or into Maui. That's the best way to kind of break it up on either side. You could put them on via LA on the way there and San Francisco on the way back. Gives them kind of a best of both worlds. If they have the time, that is a good way to do it for sure. I know that Hawaii isn't as advantageous for a lot of folks who want to do a lot of different trips from the East Coast. I know that you guys do mostly Caribbean and other things like that. But I will tell you that I hosted personally fam trips for quite a few different agencies when I worked for the tour operator. And those folks were in love the minute they went. We went to both Maui and on the Big Island of Hawaii. So I don't see any questions. Did anybody come up with anything? Questions, comments, anything? I think we are good then. And Miss Mo is driving, so I'm not going to have her look. Well, again, I thank everybody for coming out today. This will be up in, I'm not sure when, but it will be up and we will get this for everybody to watch. If you have time to tune in again for next Saturday, I know that there is going to be an amazing, another amazing training that is going to be coming on. And until then, aloha and mahalo. This meeting is officially over. Thanks again, everyone.